We are going to continue on the path of nail shapes, and we're going to focus on one of the most popular out there, the one that you've been requesting, the Coffin nail shape. It is time for nail school. We've had a ton of requests for the Coffin nail shape.
Awesome. It's all about proper form application. If you set up your form and you build your free edge first, then you're going to set yourself up for success when it actually comes to sculpting out the design. The most important thing is being able to sculpt out the free edge in the shape of that tapered square end. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've already prepped the nail for application. What we want to be able to do is we have to set up our form so that we have that tapered free edge. What I want to do is I want to pinch the form as tight as I can, right? But without sealing the front end. Do you see how I have just a little bit of a C curve right there? It's not pinched all the way like a stiletto nail. So if you're looking at the top, right, you can already start to see the shape. You can see the shape, how it tapers in, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to apply that on the hand. For those of you guys who are practicing on your nail trainer, what I like to do is set up my form so that it sticks up just a little bit with the sticky side up. That way it sticks underneath the plastic right here on the front and it allows you to practice building free edges so the forms don't come loose. So you'll notice that if I pinch, again, I'm going to pinch all the way, and you see how I leave just a little bit of space? A mini C curve. That's what we want to be able to do. And just like an almond shaped nail, once I put the form on, I'm not going to put it straight. If I turn the hand to the side, do you see how the form is slightly tilted down? If it's slightly tilted down, I'm going to be able to build my sidewalls. Look at this, perfectly straight, coming out all the way to the nail. Okay, we're gonna use color pink. What I'm gonna do is I wanna build a free edge that's gonna go all the way out to about right here. And like if you're looking at the top, I want it to point in just like my form. See that? My form is tapered in, and I want to be able to bring that form in. What I'm thinking is, okay, I have to sculpt my free edge, but I think that most beginners when they start, they pick up a pearl that is too big for the front end. So if you're struggling with that, focus on trying to get half the size. What I'll usually do is I'll take my brush and I'll pull it, you know, firmly a couple times to get most of the liquid to the front end. This takes off about half, and then you'll notice that I'm only going to be able to pick up a medium-sized bead, right? And what I'll do is I'll tap off the excess just like this, and I'll keep it pointing up till I get right here at the front end, and then when I release it, it releases without getting away from me. Okay, so I have to try to get this into place. Notice how when I'm sculpting the product, I'm walking it from the top, and I'm using the body of my brush to stretch it out, right? Notice that I finish one side, and then I get it even. All the thickness that I have here, for me to get it to the corner, I'm going to use the body to walk it from the top, and you'll notice that I can get all the way to the corner. Now, as I start bringing the product down towards the front end, take a look at the shape, right, that I have. If I brush it as well, look at the shape that I have. Look how smooth it is. And I haven't even started sculpting the body. I could square off the front end, and as you can see, I'm going to have a nice, tight, tapered coffin tip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pearl, try to get a large enough pearl. Notice that I don't drain it. I want it as wet as I possibly can. I'm going to set it to the back end. While it's wet, I'm going to work it around the cuticle area and the perimeter surrounding. keeping the finger pointed down towards the tip of the nail. As the bulk starts running down towards the front end, then I'm gonna start brushing it from the front, not from the back. And then all the product is going to start coming in, right, into place. And normally, depending on how big of a pearl I pick up, I could usually get it within one. But as you can see from the side profile, what I'm trying to accomplish is sculpting it in the least amount of pearls. This one, I'm actually able to do it almost in two. I'm gonna get just a little bit for the front end, just a small little dot. As you can see, I'm gonna set my brush backwards. I'm gonna set it right to the very back, feather it into the area that's thin, and then use the body of my brush just to get it nice and even. And then we're done. We're just gonna go ahead and file this into shape. Okay. So what I want to be able to do is I want to keep my file dead straight on both sides. So you can see if you're looking at the top, right, my file is straight on both sides. I'm not curving it. I want to make sure that I'm getting it straight all the way down the sides and on the front end so that it looks like a coffin. I'm going to make sure for my lower arches are perfectly straight on both sides by turning the hand and then filing up and into the side so it's absolutely perfect. Once I actually have my perimeter completely filed perfect, I'm going to use my electric file. And again, I'm going to use an I formation to file the upper arch all the way into place. I'm going to come down the barrel in one direction. If it's built out well, you're not going to need to do that much filing. I'm going to come around the cuticle area in one direction. Then just file through the body so it's all even. So we can hand file this into shape. Hand filed for perfection. Turn my hand to the side. I always like to look down this profile to make sure that you can see from this profile how tapered it looks. So once we file shape the nail, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some color on so that you could actually see what it looks like. I'm going to use a really popular Go Time color. Zigged when I should have zagged. You can see how nice and tapered the nail is. The most important thing to your success when it comes to this shape is building the free edge first. If you can taper it thin, then doing the overlay is going to be super easy. Free edge first, overlay to success. Looking forward to seeing you guys crush the coffin!